Morning! Welcome back to another weekly vlog. I'm actually starting this on Tuesday because I really was not feeling well on Monday. I don't know why. I just felt some stomach issues. I wasn't having any kind of virus. It just hurt and I just felt really sick. So I decided I didn't want to pick up the camera and look like how I felt. So I decided to pick it up on Tuesday, feeling much better today. I haven't put a weekly vlog up last week because obviously if you've watched previous videos you know that we lost Toby. We actually put Toby to sleep on Monday. It was a very hard thing to do. It's a very tough decision to make, but it was one that was needed because he was just getting very old and he was just in a lot of pain. So it was the right thing to do. Over the last week, it has been very emotional because obviously it was my nephew's 9th birthday and sadly my nephew is not with us. So that was a bit hard as well. And trying to navigate that with my son for his first loss of anything. And he was quite a roller coaster. I did keep him off school on the Monday because he went to say goodbye to Toby and he just broke down in tears. And I thought I'm not going to send him to school that day because he actually got put to sleep at 10 o'clock. So we went and sat with my dad's wife and had a good time with her while my mum and I took Toby. But it has been an emotional week last week, and this week it's still painful because these things you don't get over very quickly. However, you need to move on. But one thing I did notice last week when I was grieving and just carrying on with life is realising how fast life goes. Like I felt like there was always something to do as a mum. Like there was work that I needed doing. My son finishes school this week for half term, like most kids in the UK. And there's always something to do that I just felt very, like I didn't have time to grieve. This is my nieces. I'm at my brother's house, just to let you know. I know it's a new background. The boiler broke and I had to come and sit and wait for the boiler man, but he's just gone. And he was actually quite fit as well, but I don't want a boyfriend. I'm quite happy being single. Anyway, I'm digressing. What I realised, life just moves really, really fast. And it felt very much when the weekend came that I didn't have time to sit and grieve the dog. It was just kind of, right, you've got schools to go to, you've got martial arts to go to, you've got this going on at school, and then you've got to go and do this, and you've got this to do, and you've got to be here, and you've got to be there. And there was no time just to sit and grieve. And you can kind of see why a lot of people have mental health problems because they deal with a loss, or they deal with trauma, or they deal with something in their life. And there is no time to actually sit and process it. Because life moves on and it just feels like it moves on really, really quickly. Maybe I'm just getting really old. I don't know. But it is what it is. And I'm moving on slowly, but I'm taking my time, being kind to myself. But my son breaks up from school today. And my son's school is doing this new thing now that at the end of every single term, we can go into his classroom and we can go and see the work that he's been doing. We can look at his maths book, we can look at his English books, and we can see how he's progressed from when he started the first term to now. And we can do that every single term. So my ex-husband and I are going in a bit later, around about 2:30. So now I have to drive back to my house and get on with some work, have some lunch, and then head to the school. See, doesn't stop, does it? Doesn't stop. And I have to come back over here tomorrow because the boiler is still broken and I need to come back and sit with the boiler man again. But I don't mind because he was very good looking, very, very good looking. But anyway, I'm going to carry on and get on with my day and I will come back to you in a bit. It's Wednesday and it's early evening. My son is now with his dad. His half term started today, so he had a week and a half for the October half term this year because he had his inset days all in one go. But it has been a day. It has been a day. I had to go over to my brother's again for the boiler man. My son had to come with me. My brother had a rugby ball in his house, so now my son just wanted to play American football. And I'm 41. After 10 minutes, I'm done. And then I've had to come home and then I went to have a look at the Sainsbury's toy sale once I dropped him off with his dad. Nothing there. Nothing there at all. I now think that the Sainsbury's toy sale is much for younger kids now. There was nothing really for my son. He's still not an older kid. He's nowhere near being an older kid. He's still very young, but I just felt like all the toys in Sainsbury's were more aimed towards babies than they were for my son's age group, which is fine, but there was nothing there. But I did take him to Smith's toy store to have a look around, and he pointed out about 7 or 8 different things that he wanted for Christmas, which is great because I've already got things that I want to get him, or I've got things on my list that I want to get him. So these things that he's pointed out, I've had my brother and my dad and my mum ask what he would like. So now I can point them in that direction. But I like to keep it under a certain amount for them. I don't want them spending like lots of money because they're grandparents and they just want to spoil them, which is absolutely fine. But I also don't want them to spend a ton of money out, which he's probably going to go out of that phase in a few weeks. So one thing I want to buy him is a football kit. He supports Arsenal, so he wants an Arsenal football kit. So yeah, I don't know what I'm looking for. Apparently he wants his dad to get him the away kit and I need to get him the home kit. I don't know what size I should buy. So I'm navigating that. But yeah, I'm a football mum. One thing I didn't want to be, but one thing I'm training into is a football mum. Anyway, it's now Wednesday evening. I've just had some dinner and I'm absolutely exhausted. I feel mentally drained, but I have a load of work that I need to do. So I'm sat by my bed with the laptop on my bed because I know if I get into bed and work, I'm going to fall asleep. So I'm sat on a little stool by the side of my bed and I'm going to do a couple of hours of work before I go to sleep and watch a film. And I think I'm going to watch either Hocus Pocus or Harry Potter. Not sure. Which would you watch? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Anyway, I'm going to get on with that and I'll catch up with you again tomorrow. I have been procrastinating to do something all day. I've been stuck at the laptop working, even though I got all my work done, and I was able to start researching a new project that I want to start in 2025 because I've been procrastinating doing this all day. But now the time has come because my son is off school and I need to get his school uniform ready to give to his dad tomorrow when I pick him up, and that is the ironing. I'm going to flip the camera around and show you the massive pile of ironing that I have. Now, some of you might think that this isn't a lot, but I only have one child. I should not have this much ironing, but I've just been doing a washing and letting it accumulate on the side. So I also today did the Christmas bedding. I washed that today because the sun has been out and it's been a beautiful day. So I thought I would quickly put the Christmas bedding on and get it all washed because it's been stuck in the cupboard for like 12 months, obviously. So it's a bit stinky, which means I've got 3 lots of bedding to iron, and I hate ironing bedding. Is anyone else with me? Does anybody hate ironing bedding? I absolutely despise it. But I've got my son's bedding that I changed his bed last week. I haven't ironed that. And then 2 lots of Christmas bedding as well. And I went to the range today to film content for you all. And I saw lots of Christmas bedding down there. And it was so nice. But saving for a Disney cruise, can't afford new bedding. So that's what I'm saying to myself. Let me show you what I'm doing right now. So here it is. I got 2 lots of bedding there. I got a pile of clothes here, and it just feels like it goes on and on and on. So yes, this is my pile of ironing. I've got the tablet set up to start watching something, and I'm going to see how much I can do in 1 hour. I will come back to you and let you know how I got on in an hour's time. 1 hour and 10 minutes later, the ironing is all done. I just now need to go and put it away, which I hate doing, but that's the next task. But before that, I'm going to get something to eat because I'm a little bit hungry. So I'm going to have that, make a cup of tea, and then go and put all the ironing away. And then get an early night because I'm seeing my dad tomorrow because he retires tomorrow. Yes, so he's been working since he was 15 years old and he's now 66, and tomorrow is his very last day of working. And his wife asked if I was doing anything because she knew that I had my son at home, and I said, not really, just got to find something to do with my son. And she asked if we wanted to go for brunch with him, but he doesn't know that we are going, which is going to be a lovely surprise for him to see myself and my son. And I went and quickly popped to the shop today and got him a happy retirement balloon as well. He's going out for a retirement party tomorrow evening, but I have my son and my brother has his girls, so I am going for brunch with him instead. And to be honest, even though it'd be lovely to go to a retirement party for him, having something a little bit intimate with my dad, like a brunch that I can sit and have a coffee with him and have a chat with him and like give him a big cuddle, I'd much rather have that than go out drinking. But yeah, I'm really proud of my dad. So I don't know if my dad watches, but if he does, I love you, Dad. So I'm going to leave it here for now and I'll pick it up again tomorrow. Morning, I'm coming to you with wet hair because this morning after my shower, my hairdryer blew up. So just what you want on a Friday morning. So I am literally getting ready now and I'm going to Asda to do my grocery haul, but I'll also see if they've got a hairdryer in there for me as well. So yeah, it's just one of those things. These things happen, don't they? But it's just a bit of an inconvenience. It would have been much better if this happened in the summer, but it hasn't. It happened in the autumn. So never mind, one of those things, it happened. But I quickly wanted to show you the little happy retirement balloon I got from my dad today. And also we had a phone call about 6 o'clock last night from our vet to say it's time to pick up Toby's ashes. So later on today, we are going to pick up Toby for the very last time. So there are more emotions today. So feeling a little bit heavy, but it's going to be okay. There is one thing that the vet gave us when Toby passed away. And it's such a lovely thing. Unfortunately, they didn't do this when my dog Stubbs passed away because I would have loved this as a keepsake. I'm trying to open it. That's why I look like this. But it is Toby's paw print. So I don't know if you can see it very well there. So when he passed away, they asked if we would like a paw print of him, and just in the top here, we're going to get a photo. So we put a photo of Toby there and we've got his paw print to keep, and it's come in a nice little case as well, which is really, really nice. And today we pick up his ashes. So yeah, bit heavy today, but you know, this is the final journey for him to come back home. But I'll quickly show you this balloon, then I've got to shoot off to Asda and get a hairdryer. Got this little balloon for my dad. I have actually put a weight on it because I'm just scared it'll blow away, or my son will say, can I carry it, and I'll let it go. So by having a weight on it, at least I know that we're going to keep it. So I'm looking forward to my dad seeing that later. It's been a crazy day. A crazy day, but I did pick up a brand new hairdryer. This is just a box. I've emptied the hairdryer. It was only £9 in Asda, so I didn't think that was too bad. So I went shopping. I went and got my son from my ex-husband. We come home, I put the shopping away, did a quick video for the grocery haul that should already be up. So if you haven't seen that, then go back. I'll link it in the description box below for you. And then I went to see my dad and he cried, bless him. My dad was really emotional. My dad's been working since he was 15, so now that he is 66, that's a big thing for him. He got lots of lovely gifts from the people he works with, and he's going out tonight for drinks. But obviously I've got my son with me, so I won't be going. But we met him for coffee and a brunch today, which was really, really nice. And as soon as he saw my son and I, because it was a surprise waiting for him, he had the biggest grin on his face, and then he started crying again. But it was really, really nice to spend some time with him and his wife. And then we come home and I've been working, playing with my son, working, playing with my son, and I'm just getting things ready for later. And then we're going to take my son to martial arts, and then we're going to go and collect Toby. So I probably won't pop on for the rest of the evening because I think it's going to be a bit of an emotional one. My son is very, very emotional. It's been a very tough month for him with losing a dog, my nephew's birthday, then finishing school. He always seems to get upset when he finishes school. I don't know why. And then seeing my dad today, and we're not going to see my dad now for a whole month because he is going on a cruise next week for 2 weeks, and then my son will be with his dad for a week, but the weekend, and then we'll be able to see him again. So we're not actually going to see my dad until the 23rd of November. So we got really upset over that as well. So I think going to get Toby is going to be more emotional for him. So I think it needs to be a lot of mummy cuddles and a little bit of TLC for him this evening. So I'm not going to come on for the rest of the evening, but I will pop on again tomorrow and I'll show you this Halloween cake that I am going to attempt to make. It's not going to be great. It's just basically a sponge with green icing and then some Halloween sweets stuck on. That's pretty much it. That's all I'm going to do. But the kids and they'll love it. And I'm really looking forward to seeing my nieces tomorrow. I haven't seen them for a little while. And the best thing is when I get to see them, I can congratulate them because last weekend they went dancing, did a dance competition. They do ballroom dancing. I wasn't a ballroom dancer, I was a street dancer, but my nieces do ballroom dancing and they have qualified to go and do a competition in Blackpool Winter Gardens. I'm so excited for them. I can't wait to see them, to tell them how proud I am, but I will update you of everything that happened tomorrow. So we've just come back from Smith's toy store where they were giving away free Lego today. We got a Minion one for my son, and I was only able to grab one more for my nieces. They're going to have to share the Friends Lego one. So I just picked those up from Smith's toy store. I've just made myself a nice cup of tea, and now I'm going to play American football with my son. Yes, because when I went to my brother's house earlier in the week, my niece used to play rugby, like tiny tots rugby, so they have a rugby ball there, and my son saw it and he's lending it until tomorrow when we've got to take it back. Yes, now he wants to play American football. So the joys of a boy mum. Let me know if you also are a mum of boys. Is it Lego, football, American football, rugby, and all the usual boys stuff that we have to do? Let me know in the comments. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to get on with baking a cake before my nieces come, because then it will cool down enough for them to help me decorate it. So I'm going to get on with it. Making cakes with kids is very messy. The kitchen's a mess, we're a mess, and the cakes are a mess. But we had fun, and that's all that really matters. I'm going to show you these cakes. They do not look good. They're not decorated well. It was a lot of frustration and a lot of mess and a lot of laughter and a lot of fun. But these are the spooky Halloween cakes the kids have made. I'm about to make their dinner, and I said they can have one after dinner because my nieces are boring dancers. So we are going to be sat watching Strictly Come Dancing later, which I haven't watched for many years. And my son is not happy about, but I told him that he can watch something on the tablet, he can watch whatever he wants tonight because it's a day of fun, and then tomorrow we get back to routine. But yeah, let me show you these cakes really quick. So these are our spooky Halloween cakes, and I bet you can hear the kids laughing in the background, but we've got 2 with white chocolate chips and 2 with marshmallows because my youngest niece wanted that. And then the other ones are gummy brains and spiders with green icing, which has just dripped everywhere. But it is Halloween, so there we go. Plus they've got all these sweets left over, which I said they can have a couple tomorrow before they go home. So yes, fun and games, but this is what it's all about. So I'm going to end the vlog here. After that, I'm going to clean up the kitchen, clean up myself, and make the kids their dinner. And then we're going to clean up and we're going to watch Strictly Come Dancing with one of the cakes and a little bit of popcorn that I made earlier on today. Thank you so much for watching this weekly vlog. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss next week's weekly vlog, because it is half term. And even though my son is going to be with his dad for a few of the days, we are going back to Gloucester Cathedral because they have Mars in the actual Gloucester Cathedral this week. So I want to take my son over and show him that. And their Primark is much bigger than our Primark, so I want to go and have a look there and see if any of their Christmas stuff is out as well. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos from me. I hope whenever you're watching this, you're having a good morning, good day, good evening, and I will see you on the next one. Bye guys.